Hey, hello. And here we go. Trying something a little different. I've gotten this magnetic sheet from TH3D. They advertise you can use this, save some money over some of the more expensive magnetic sheet systems. Basically, you stick this magnetic sheet down, you take a build plate, a flex plate, you stick it down to it, and it's just like buying the build tack or whatever, but you can do it cheaper by, buying a magnetic bed and then buying your own flex plate or making your own flex plate like I did. Now, I'm finding the magnet a tad weak, but it could be because it's not, because it's still flexible. Once it's mounted, I don't know. We'll find out. It seems, it'll hold it. The thing that it won't do, I don't think, if there's any curls in your metal, like the flex plates, they never are flat. They actually come off a roll. If you look at sheet metal, it comes off a roll. Stainless steel is flex steel, comes on a roll generally. You can actually buy it in sheets, but anyway, I'm not sure it's going to flatten out a nut. If your flex plate has got any bow to it, I'm not sure it'll flatten out. But we're going to try it. And the only printer I have that doesn't have magnetic on it already is Taserface the Frown King. So we're going to mount it on there. Now the first thing I've done, and it's back here, and I'll get a camera reset for a closer look when I go to do this, but I've already done leveling the bed. There's tape on it for a reason. I'm leaving it on there. For one, if I don't like this sheet, I do find it's too weak, I can pull it off a lot easier than this 3M. That blue tape will come up a lot easier. It's been on there forever. I'm not worried about it coming up beforehand. Two, I actually leveled the bed with it. Now if you look, it's hard to see here, but if you look, there's lighter and darker blue. The lighter blue is the original blue tape, actually, that Glenn put on this thing when I got it from Glenn a long time ago. And the dark blue is where I leveled it. And what I did is take a nice straight edge, and I went around, and I shone the light from behind it, and I looked for the low spots, and I put layers of blue tape. And what I found was the bed was pretty much level, except for it was kind of doing this. And there was one low spot in the middle. So, but it was flat. It's flat this way. It looped down going front to back, but only very little. I'd straightened it out already. So I added a little tape, put the straight edge on it. It's darn close. There's still a little bit of light on either end of the blue tape, but that's neither here nor there because I'm hoping this is thick enough. And this is pretty thick. I'm going to say this is a millimeter or 2 millimeters thick. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty thick material. This should float over that little bit of change without an issue. Not a problem. I don't see that being an issue. So basically I'm going to apply this to that and give it a shot. This printer's actually printing pretty well right now. It's not perfect, but it's printing pretty well. So what I'll do is I'll set up a camera over there and we'll apply this, which is really not a big deal. Everyone's applied magnetic sheets before, or some kind of sheet to 3M base before. But again, the big thing I'm doing a little different is I'm putting blue tape down first and then putting this over it. And that allows me to peel it up easier later. Let's see how it goes. Alright, we're going to give it a shot. This is actually using my iPad up on a shelf, trapped with some weight so it doesn't fall over with the camera pointing down. But hopefully this will work. So, it's pretty simple. We've all done this. We've all done this before. Here's the sheet. You peel the magnet backing off, you just stick it down, and you're done. It's a little bit large, so that's alright. So I can get it pretty darn close. So let's do it. And now we will try and start the peeling. the backer. You can tell this was a bigger sheet that's cut. It's kind of a rough cut right here, which is, again, is fine. I mean, this was, I think it was 15 bucks, which when you compare it to the price of some of the other more popular, well-known ones, it's still pretty cheap. And you just kind of go along and rub it out. Well, this is kind of showing the tape lines more than I thought it would, actually. But between it and the actual metal sheets, I don't think it'll be a problem. It can't be any worse than this thing was before. Then we take your AARP card. Yep, I'm that old. I have an AARP.
Or any credit card. And just make sure all the air bubbles are out. I don't know, can you see this in the video? I don't know if you can see this. There's a line here where I built the center up. Not terrible though. Again, I think the metal sheet will cover that without issue.
And all we gotta do, take a good sharp knife and cut it back to the build plate. And that should be it. Again, it's not perfect. I should have cleaned the bed a little better, but I'm over it. And supposedly, you can just take these and drop it on there. Now that should hold, but it's not holding as well as I would like to. That's pretty wimpy. Although right there, I gotta say, it's holding better than I thought it was. I'm gonna give it credit. It is holding better than I thought. Once it's laying flat, it holds pretty well. You can tell it's humid here. The blue tape's all wrinkling up. Very, very humid right here in New England, along the shoreline. That's pretty much it. I mean, there you go. It's a magnet. You use your own build plates. Or if you have like one of the other ones and you've spent the money, but you want to use the plate on multiple printers, you don't have to buy a whole system. You can go to TH3D and just get the magnet. I will say it's holding better than I originally thought. So it's pretty strong now that it's all flat. And it is holding the corners down pretty well. So I'm thinking more highly of it than I originally was when I received it. I was a little scared to use it. Anyways, there's that. So, they fix that. So there you have it. It looks like it'll be fine. I'm surprised actually. When I first got it, I thought the magnet would be a little too weak. I now installed. I think it might work. I still think it's a little weaker than what the other ones would be. I'm not positive. I don't have like the Wham Bams or the Build Tack or even E3D. I think makes one now. But we'll find out. I'm a little more confident it'll work. And for the money, I think it was 17 bucks. It was under 20 shipped for a 300 magnet. You go to Home Depot, Lowe's, you get a piece of steel sheet, throw it on there like I just did, put some whatever you want, blue tape or PEI on it, whatever you want for a top surface. You can print right on the steel, I guess, some people have. And you could save a few bucks. We'll find out.